Hello everyone and welcome to a Heph chat. I've not done one of these in a long time. Basically, I talk to a fellow YouTuber, get to know them, get to know about their channel, and hopefully some of you will be interested and you can check out that channel. So I'm joined with Biscuits today. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, going very well, and thank you so much for having me on board today. Really, I'm looking forward to this. Thank you.
No worries, man. So tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, what you record, and yeah.
Well, like yourself, Hef, I'm a YouTuber. I do Total War games, and primarily I focus on Rome Total War. Now, I got into this game years and years ago, and I got back into it a couple of years ago after watching, lots of guys on YouTube, and I thought, you know what? I really enjoy this game. I wanted to get back into it, and about a year ago, I actually started my own channel. I've just gone past the 12-month mark, and yeah, it's just pretty much focusing on Rome Total War. I tried to do tactics, tips, little tutorial videos like mods, bits and pieces like that. I tried to copy other people's ideas and consolidate them all within this channel. I've copied some of your ideas, I copied some of Dubbar's ideas. It's just really trying to get all those other YouTubers which I really enjoy checking out their stuff and trying to get their stuff onto my own channel and trying to just basically boost the world of Rome Total War, because primarily most people, as I'm sure you're aware, play Rome Total War 2 or other stuff, but I like the original. The best is always the original one for me.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So the main reason I wanted to get Biscuits on here is because he's much like myself when I started the channel. Anyone who's been subscribed to me for a long time or has heard about me, I started off with Rome Total War and stuck with it for basically a year before I started moving on to other stuff. So yeah, it's kind of that's the main reason I wanted to talk, basically get you on here, is because we have so much in common. And I feel like I'm almost, it feels, well, not obviously not watching my own channel, but like I feel it feels like I'm going back to my days when I haven't been on for that long. I'm coming up to my third year, which it's not too long, but you know what I mean. So you just record Rome Total War at the moment. Is that basically it, or have you recorded, recorded anything else, or?
It's primarily Rome Total War, and that's basically that's the game that I'm familiar with. That's the game that kind of got me into YouTube and bits and pieces like that. And I still feel that there's lots more to show. There's lots more kind of tactics, tips, showing people how to mod, showing people how to do certain things. It's such a complex game that, to be honest, I could almost spend ages and ages and ages going through little tactics, little tips, little tweaks that, I still learn stuff about this game that even though I've had it since probably 2005, I'm still learning new stuff all the time. If I was to move on to any other game, it'd probably be Medieval 2, because it's quite similar to Rome Total War.
It is, yeah.
I do have the other stuff. One thing that I really wanted to do was to do the Zulu mods campaign for the Napoleon one, and I've only bought Napoleon so I could play that mod. But to be honest, because I got Windows 8, it doesn't seem to work properly, or doesn't seem to give me the full version of that mod. So if I could have done that, I would have done that, because I'm absolutely a nerd when it comes to the Anglo-Zulu War. I would, love to reenact every single battle. But hey, at the moment, it's just Rome Total War at the moment. But you never know what might happen.
Cool. Well, speaking of Zulu, you may have heard of my Zulu videos on the channel, but if not, you should definitely get Mountain Blade, sir, because the Anglo-Zulu mod for that is fantastic.
Yeah, no, I've watched that. The thing about to be honest, my mounted games that I've got is really limited compared to most people. Am I right? I'm just thinking you pretty much just spawn and it's basically a free for all. You're killing each other.
Basically, all the good stuff.
You just yeah, no, I've watched your videos going around killing Zulus and whatnot on the Anglo. What is it? It's a mod, isn't it, for that?
Yeah, it's a mod. It's a mod for the DLC for Mountain Blade Warband called Napoleonic Wars. So the best mod for Napoleonic Wars is the mod's been up for about 2 years, and it's still the most popular, most populated. There's some great mods. Don't get me wrong, there are some amazing mods for Napoleonic Wars, but none last like the Anglo-Zulu.
Oh, you just can't beat it.
You can't beat it. It's so good.
With your Martini Henry shooting down some Zulus with their assegais. Yeah, no, that's if I could do that, if I could buy that game, and I probably will one day, I'll definitely go and check that one out because I'm a total nerd when it comes to that era and history. I love it.
Yeah, I guarantee you would love it, especially when we do the events. Like I've got one coming up next Friday, and it's going to be awesome. So it's definitely a lot of fun. But anyway, so what was I going to ask? I've just the talk of Zulus just blanked out my next question. So what is the future for your channel? Like, where do you see it in, I don't know, let's say 2 years, 5 years? Like, as much as Rome Total War is a great game, eventually it may get a bit repetitive. That's how I felt anyway. I'm not doubting the game at all. You probably know how much I appreciate Rome Total War, how much I love it, and it's still my favorite Total War out of all the series of Total Wars. But as eventually, you know, do you reckon you'll move on from Total War, or do you think your channel will be a Total War channel?
I don't know. To be honest, I haven't really thought about it. You know, 5 years or 4 years or 3 years down the road. It's just really a case of month by month basis. You know, just keep on going on, keep on plodding along. I do know that Total War Arena is coming out soon.
Ah, yes.
And I'm not too bothered about the Attila one that's coming out, because to me it's just going to be probably a slightly better version than Rome Total War 2.
Basically.
But I just really want to check out this Arena. Now, if Arena is good and I enjoy that, more than likely I'll start putting up Arena videos and stuff like that onto the channel, because it's more the multiplayer aspect that I enjoy about the Total War series, more so than the campaign. I do enjoy watching campaigns and doing campaigns, especially when you're using factions which aren't commonly used. Like, I know you used Thrace when you did your Darth Mod campaign.
Yes. I love my Thracians.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's stuff like that, thinking outside the box. I enjoy checking those out, but you know, watching a Julie I, a Skippy I, or Brutus I, you know, there's about 1 million of those.
More than I can count, definitely. Yeah.
Exactly. But with the online playability, I feel that almost kind of brings out a new side of the game, and you have to evolve. You've got to get better. And I find it harder online than the campaign. Don't get me wrong, some people do an absolutely great campaign like Legend of Total War. You know, his campaign ability is absolutely amazing. It's probably one of the best people that I've seen on YouTube doing a campaign. Yeah. But, you know, you can be great at campaign, but not necessarily great at online battles. And yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to the Arena coming out, because that's going to be primarily just online battles, isn't it? So it'd be really interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked too much into Arena. I think it's pretty basic what it is. I've seen a few screenshots, so I've read a little bit about it, but it should be a lot of fun. If I don't know, I'm just I don't know. I don't know what to say right now, but it's gonna be good. If I can picture it in my head, if it's gonna be like what I'm picturing in my head, that's the word I'm looking for, then it is gonna be a lot of fun. But we shall see. So yeah, right. Also, let's talk about Total War Network and how you became a part of it.
Yeah. Well, I've only recently started going on to that about 6 months ago. There was a guy called I can't say his bloody name now. Unreal Skyrim. I probably mispronounced that, but he messaged me on Steam asking, you know, if I'd like to help out with the Total War Network. And of course, you know, I jumped at the opportunity. Primarily, it was a case of trying to get Rome Total War underneath the noses of people who would check out the Total War Network. And also, within my own channel, I tried to do shout-outs with other guys who are in the similar thing of Rome Total War. So I thought that might give me a bigger platform to basically try and help out other YouTubers at the end of the day. And that's what I've tried to do. I've put out a couple of challenge videos on the Total War Network, which, you know, I'm very grateful that you took part of, Heph.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really a case of just trying to help out other guys. I feel like sometimes when people see the opportunity to join a network like that, it's just a case of trying to boost their own channel. For myself, it sounds kind of idealistic, but I wanted to be a part of that to try and help out other people. Because we've all been in their shoes when you start off your channel. You know, you're frantically trying to find somebody to at least, you know, check out your videos, because you put so much time and effort into making them. It can be a bit heartbreaking when a week goes by and you've only got 1 or 2 viewers.
Yep.
And I just really wanted to help them out, because loads of people have helped me out along the way. and I just wanted to get a few karma points and try and help other YouTubers out on the way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like the only way that I got subs when I first started was just by telling the people that I was facing in the Total War game about my channel and say, hey, I'm gonna record this. You can go watch it at Heph on YouTube. You should go, definitely go subscribe. But that's how I got my first, like, I think up to like 20 something subs. And that was over like a couple of months. But when I first started, I had no intention of like getting to where I am now. You know, if I didn't, just never in a million years would I thought I would get over like 10,000 subscribers. It's crazy, but that's the beauty about YouTube. You know, it just it's great. But anyway, that about the Total War Network. Anyone who's been watching my videos recently, you might have seen the Germania Blitz challenge, which was this your thing that you came up with, or was it someone else's idea?
No. Well, the whole challenge thing is pretty much without trying to blow my own trumpet, it's probably my own idea. I've had help with the challenges, and that's with Dragonheart, who's a Welsh YouTuber who you may have heard of.
I've heard of him, definitely.
And Lord Rexasaur, again, is another YouTuber. And basically, because I've been talking with them, we decided to try and work together to try and do these campaign videos. In all honesty, it's primarily been those two guys, and I know they're not part of the actual network itself, but they've been the guys that we have been talking to, and we've been trying to run a few ideas past one another, just trying to think of ways to encourage more people to take part, and secondly to try and help spread the word of other YouTubers out there, like primarily getting larger YouTubers like yourself, Legend of Total War, Dubbar to take part, and just hope that maybe a handful of their viewers might go and check out some of the smaller channels that just only literally started or have got a much more smaller fan base. And that's primarily the reason behind it all. Secondly, also to get some more great Rome Total War on YouTube, which of course I'm a total addict for. So yeah, that's the point behind it.
Yeah, it definitely worked out well. Like, this is the first sort of challenge thing I've ever been a part of. Like, I've been playing this game for almost half my life, but I've never really been into a challenge thing before, and it was amazing. And especially when you invited me along, I was so excited. Like, I couldn't really express it, but I was really, really excited to be a part of it. And yeah, it was awesome. It was really good fun, and I actually did watch a fair few of the other people's playthroughs, and it was surprisingly really, really interesting. And I'm looking forward to the future, definitely, with the next challenges. I'm not sure if you've got any planned under your sleeve, since
yeah. There's always stuff in the pipeline. It's just a case of trying to make it sure that it comes to fruition, about messing it up too much. But yeah, there's ideas in the background, and there's definitely going to be more challenges in the future, and hopefully we can make it bigger and better each time, because every time we do it, this is the second one we've done now. You learn from your old mistakes, and hopefully every time we do it again, we'll slightly tweak it, get it better and better, to eventually we get to a stage where we're kind of happy with the outcome of where it's gone. So yeah, that's the idea anyway.
Yeah, it was really good to actually get back into the campaign, because I before the Blitz challenge, I had not played a campaign on Rome Total War in a long time. I think I actually did mention I did a little warm up before I started it, as playing as one of the Roman factions, just to get used to the game again a little bit. But before that, I had played in probably a year or two, probably not since my Thracian campaign on the Darth mod, actually, to be honest. So I felt really rusty. But also another thing, we almost did the exact same thing in the Blitz challenge, and it was really hard to convince people that I didn't copy you, because I actually did not watch your video until I finished my challenge. I watched your intro, but then I actually didn't watch the video. For anyone wondering, me and Biscuits, we did almost the identical same. I don't know. See, I'm losing my words now, because I'm just like, ugh. We did almost the same thing. I think we might as well just explain it. We built roads, we built walls, we sent armies down almost to the exact same spot. We asked people for like 2,000, was it 2,000 denarii as well?
Yeah.
And I was watching it, I was like, he's going to think I copied him. it was so.
I was
like,
only
oh,
winding
God.
you up, mate. Honestly, I was winding you up. All I've got to say, just great minds think alike. So there you go, a bit of praise for yourself. Even though you haven't played the game for like several years, you still got it. And considering, the score that you finished off with, we are going to put up one more update video just to make sure we've gone through everybody's and put everybody in a rank, so everyone knows where they finished. Your time is really good, considering that you've beaten a lot of people who actually play the game, probably on a daily, if not weekly basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should be really proud of the time. And I reckon if you were to do it again, knowing that what you know now, I bet you could easily beat your time that you had. So you did really well. I think you finished on 266 BC, 8 settlements, good amount of money. So yeah, nothing to be worried about at the end of the day. It was an awesome time that you got.
Yeah, I was so surprised to actually get there. I had a pretty amazing battle as well. I'm not gonna lie, I was surrounded by both fronts. For anyone who has not watched this Blitz challenge, basically what we had to do, we were playing as the faction Germania, and we had to take out the city of Rome in the fastest amount of time. 15 people were a part of this. Myself and Biscuits were a part of it as well, and it was intense. My final, well, not my last battle, but basically the deciding battle that I had was on the bridge, and I was facing the stack, which everyone used to call it back in the days, which is the big SPQ army, Premierian army. So we're having this massive battle, in the lake, and then suddenly something I don't know. I looked at the mini map and I see these little purple triangles coming from behind me, and I'm just like, what? Wait, what? And at the same time, I realized, oh look, I'm not recording. My fraps thing is yellow and not red. And like, oh god, what has happened? So I was freaking out. I put that record on, and I come straight back into the video. At the same time, I was on mute. That was just perfect. So yeah, I had a great battle. I was surrounded, and I somehow pulled it off. I'm not sure how I did it, but it was a good battle. But anyway, enough about the Blitz challenge. I'm sure we'll hear more about that in the future. I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the next one. I hope Thrace is in a future one as well, because that is my team. And
yeah, you're building yourself up now about Thrace. I'm expecting some amazing things now for you, Thrace. You've got to win next time. Got to beat Legend of Total War.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible, but I can try my best. Actually, me and Legend were talking when we did for the people watching this on this date. It was my last video. Anyway, we were talking before that video, and we're saying, what if we did like a team thing? So basically the same thing, but like how it was broken up into 3 groups. What if like each group was a team, and each time was all added up? I don't know. We're just talking about that, and how we could have like Team Australia versus like Team Britain, and then Team obviously not I don't know.
Team Anzac versus the UK.
Oh yeah, Anzac, especially Dubba being in New Zealand. So yeah. Anyway, so what else there to talk about? I think we basically covered everything. Let's talk a bit more about you. So we talked about your channel, the future of your channel, and how it got started. But let's talk about you. Tell us some of your hobbies. I don't know. Let's start with that.
Okay. Well, I'll start off with a bit of information about myself. My real name isn't Biscuits Total War. I'm not called Biscuits. Yeah, funny enough.
I am shocked. I am blown away.
And the term name Biscuits, it's got nothing to do with the cookies, or it's got nothing to do with that kind of American thing where they've got biscuits and gravy. It's all about, there's a New York hardcore band called Gorilla Biscuits, and that's where I've taken my name.
See, wow. You heard it here first.
Exactly. There's a little Q&A video that I did on my channel, and in the background you can see my man cave where I do my recording.
Yep, I saw that.
In the background.
Very, very cool.
I've got some Gorilla Biscuits tour posters, skateboards, bits and bombs like that. So that's where the term Biscuits comes from. And I'm pretty sure that some people reckon I copied that name from, Total Biscuits, the guy that does the channel or the game.
Oh, yes, the gaming critic. That's him.
Yeah, I had a few people when I first started saying, why have you copied him? But it was just really coincidence at the end of the day. Hopefully, I won't get any copyright infringements because I've used the words biscuits. If that's the
fine.
case,
yeah. There's YouTubers like, also there's Tom Syndicate. Everyone knows him as a Syndicate, but then there's this other YouTuber called Syndicate as well. There's 2 syndicates. One is obviously he's got like almost 9 million subs. The other one's got about 300k, but no one really cares. You know, you know, it happened. You know, obviously, you can't really a word like biscuit you can't claim. It's
exactly. It's
so,
like Prince of Macedon, Prince of this, Prince of that. There's about a million princes out there.
I've met many princes in my YouTube career. From all over Europe, yeah.
So yeah, Biscuits Total War, that's where the name comes from. My actual real name is John. I'm 27 years old and I live in England. I live near the settlement of Diva or Chester, if you look on the old Medieval 2 map. And yeah, I've been playing Total War games pretty much on and off since about 2005. Apart from the hobbies and bits and pieces, I'm a fanatical rugby supporter, so I'm looking forward to the Six Nations. That's going to be starting next week. I don't know if you guys in the Southern Hemisphere watch the Six Nations when it comes on, but yeah, I'm really stoked about that. I enjoy watching the autumn internationals against Australia and New Zealand. They were pretty awesome.
They are brutal matches as well. Holy crap!
Yeah, no, it's always good when you know, England beats the Australians and then the New Zealanders if they can. But yeah, I love watching that. Other hobbies, other interests. Probably my main passion is music. I'm a big fan when it comes to punk rock, bits and pieces like that. I go out see gigs and bits and pieces like that whenever I can.
Awesome.
One of my favourite Australian bands is the Smith Street Band. I don't know if you've ever heard of them at all.
It rings a bell, actually. We're actually talking before this. I have a terrible memory, and especially when it comes to music. People say, "Oh yeah, have you heard this song?" I'm like, "Never heard of it," but then it plays. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've listened to this 100 times." But yeah, anyway.
But yeah, if there's any fans of the Smith Street Band, I'm sure there's plenty of them down there in Australia because they're from Australia, of course. Leave a little comment. I'd love to try and find out fellow music lovers like myself. Apart from that, you know, I'm 27. My house, which we live in, is kind of in the countryside, so my speed on my internet is absolutely appalling.
Oh, yeah, I know how it feels.
It takes literally 12 hours to upload anything that's half decent. So yeah, I'm always super jealous of other YouTubers that can constantly upload loads and loads of videos. I need to literally put it out in a military precision on how I'm going to upload without affecting my other half who lives in the house that she might want to use the internet or something like that. Yeah.
It's the only downside to being a YouTuber. If you don't have fast internet, you're going to have a hard time.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can have the world's best PC, but it's all going to boil down to the speed of your internet, and our internet is just prehistoric. It's just probably a notch above the old dial-up, if you can remember that back in the day when you used to hear that kind of ringing noise when you recorded when you went on the internet. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, really. Unless there's anything in particular you want to know about myself, Heph?
No, I think that's about it, really. I think we covered every single detail about you.
Can I ask, Heph, your accent? I can't remember if I remember correctly, but have you always lived down in the south, or am I right in thinking did you live in the UK at one stage?
I lived in the UK until I was 10, and I moved. Yeah, that's when I moved to Australia. I lived in East London for all my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, my accent is it's a mystery. It's constantly changing. But obviously, being in Australia, everyone talks completely different. Some people call it impressive that I've kept it this far. Over here, people think I have a strong British accent. Yet when I Skype my old friends in England, they think I don't sound English at all. But yeah, it's sort of a mixed accent at the moment.
Yeah, no, every so often when you're talking, you know, when you do your little impressions of like an English accent, I think, no, that's too good to be an Australian. He's lived in England at some stage, you know. But yeah, I thought that, and I'm pretty sure you mentioned it in one of your earlier videos, but I can't remember. It's one of those things where you think, did I dream that, or was actually they actually say that? Some sad, weird dreams that I'm having about Heph. Cool. So have you lived in any other places apart from London and down in Australia?
Not really. No. I can't remember. The place where I was born, but it was basically about 10 minutes from where I lived for half my life. But then I moved here. I moved here when I was 10. So when was that? 2006. I have no idea. It's too late to think. Yeah. This year actually will be the halfway mark. I lived half my life in England and half my life in Australia. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I live about an hour away from Sydney, on this beautiful place called the Central Coast, and I have not really moved since. And I don't think we plan to move as well. That's about it, really.
Have you come acclimatized to the old Aussie sunshine at all? Are you still getting skin burns?
Speaking of sun, but if we had webcam on right now, I could show you all my peeling skin I got from last weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you live. If you're a ginger, you're gonna suffer from the sun. We're not designed to go outside. Let's just say that.
Oh, bless.
We're an indoor race.
Sorry about that, Heph, going off on a side track, but I just wanted to ask, because it's the back of my mind. It's just
that's all good, man. It's what it's all about. We're having a chat. So it's the main point of this thing. I'm not sure if I even really called it Heph chat. I can't even remember. It's been that long since I've done one of these. But yeah, I think that's about it, really. But I will end it there before this video will take me about 4 days to upload. But I want to say thank you for joining me, mate. It was awesome to get to know you a bit more, and hopefully half the people who have watched this will get to know you a bit more and watch your channel. It's much like my own when it first started off, like we said at the beginning. And hopefully we can do some videos together in the future. Definitely some Rome Total War battles, since I think that's the only thing we can really do at the moment until, I don't know, Total War Arena comes out. But yeah, man, thank you for joining me again.
My pleasure.
And
anytime.
I'm sure you guys will hear more from Biscuits when we do the next Blitz challenge. Let's see how it all goes. You did beat me, didn't you? Just to clarify.
Yeah. No, I came second, and Legend of Total War beat me, and he beat me well. He beat me well and truly. So hats off to Legend of Total War. I didn't think it would be that much of a distance between my score and his score, but that guy's got some pretty sick skills when it comes to Total War.
Indeed. I think I'm in the top 5, I think. I'm not sure. But,
yeah, that's right. Came number 5. Good position to be. So beat 2/3 of
my
everybody
lucky
else.
Number. How's that?
There you go. It was fate.
Anyway, man, thank you for joining me. And hopefully you guys can check out Biscuits. And I'll see you guys in my next video.
Cheers. Bye.